Consumer protection laws are designed to safeguard individuals from unfair, deceptive, and abusive practices in financial markets. These laws promote transparency, fairness, privacy, and informed decision-making while helping consumers access financial products and services with confidence. Financial planners frequently advise clients on credit, lending, investments, insurance, and banking matters, making knowledge of consumer protection regulations essential. Effective consumer protection strengthens public trust in financial institutions and contributes to market stability. These laws generally require accurate disclosure of information, prohibit discriminatory practices, establish privacy standards, and provide remedies when consumers suffer financial harm. Understanding these protections allows CFP professionals to better educate clients and help them navigate complex financial decisions. One of the primary objectives of consumer protection legislation is ensuring full and fair disclosure. Consumers often face information asymmetry when purchasing financial products because providers possess greater technical knowledge and expertise. Disclosure requirements help address this imbalance by requiring lenders, insurers, and investment firms to provide clear information regarding costs, risks, fees, terms, and obligations. Financial planners rely on these disclosures to evaluate products and compare alternatives on behalf of clients. Effective disclosure improves transparency and reduces the likelihood of misunderstandings or unsuitable recommendations. It also promotes accountability by requiring financial institutions to communicate material information accurately and consistently before consumers commit to financial transactions. Credit-related laws represent a significant component of consumer protection. Regulations such as the Equal Credit Opportunity Act prohibit discrimination in lending based on protected characteristics, while the Fair Credit Reporting Act governs the collection and use of consumer credit information. The Truth in Lending Act requires lenders to disclose borrowing costs, annual percentage rates, and key loan terms in a standardized format. These protections enable consumers to compare credit products and make informed borrowing decisions. Financial planners often review credit reports, evaluate debt obligations, and recommend financing strategies. A thorough understanding of these regulations helps planners identify potential issues and guide clients toward responsible credit management practices. Privacy protection has become increasingly important as financial institutions collect and store large volumes of personal data. Consumer protection laws require firms to safeguard confidential information and disclose their privacy practices. The Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act, for example, established standards regarding the collection, sharing, and protection of consumers' non-public personal information. Financial planners must understand these requirements because they routinely handle sensitive client data, including financial statements, tax records, investment holdings, and estate planning documents. Maintaining confidentiality is both a legal obligation and a professional responsibility. Strong privacy protections help reduce identity theft, financial fraud, and unauthorized disclosure while reinforcing trust between clients and financial professionals. Consumer protection also extends to preventing fraud, deceptive practices, and financial exploitation. Regulatory agencies monitor financial institutions to ensure compliance with laws governing advertising, disclosures, lending, and product sales. Consumer education is another critical component of protection efforts. Individuals who understand financial products, recognize warning signs of fraud, and monitor their personal information are better equipped to protect themselves. Financial planners often assist clients in reducing identity theft risks by encouraging secure record-keeping, careful review of account statements, and regular monitoring of credit reports. These preventative measures complement legal protections and contribute to stronger financial security for consumers. The fiduciary standard represents one of the highest ethical obligations within the financial planning profession. A fiduciary is required to act in utmost good faith and in a manner reasonably believed to be in the client's best interest. CFP Board Standards of Professional Conduct require CFP professionals who provide financial planning or material elements of financial planning to uphold fiduciary duties when serving clients. This standard goes beyond merely providing suitable recommendations. It requires loyalty, care, prudence, objectivity, and a commitment to placing client interests ahead of personal, employer, or third-party interests. Fiduciary responsibility serves as a cornerstone of professional financial planning practice. Application of the fiduciary standard requires CFP professionals to exercise sound professional judgment throughout the client relationship. Advisors must identify client goals, evaluate relevant facts and circumstances, analyze available alternatives, and recommend solutions that best serve the client's needs. Fiduciaries must avoid or properly manage conflicts of interest and ensure that recommendations are not influenced by compensation incentives or personal gain. Disclosure plays a central role in fiduciary practice. CFP professionals are expected to disclose material conflicts, compensation arrangements, service limitations, and any factors that could affect objectivity. Written documentation of disclosures and recommendations further strengthens accountability and supports informed client decision-making. The fiduciary obligation continues throughout the duration of the professional relationship and applies to all future services provided within that engagement. CFP Board emphasizes that client interests must remain paramount at all times. Violations of fiduciary duties or ethical standards may result in disciplinary action, including suspension or revocation of CFP certification. The fiduciary standard aligns closely with the broader principles of integrity, objectivity, fairness, competence, confidentiality, professionalism, and diligence that define the CFP profession. Together, consumer protection laws and fiduciary obligations create a comprehensive framework designed to protect clients, promote ethical conduct, strengthen public confidence, and ensure that financial planning services are delivered in a trustworthy,